MEPLI is short for the Maastricht European Private Law Institute. That's a research institute here at Maastricht University that looks at the consequences of Europeanization of society for the field of private law.
I cannot imagine a more nurturing research environment. MEPLI offers a vibrant variety of activities. So whether it is our MEPLI talks, where researchers, young researchers get to bulletproof their research before going out in the open with a specific product, whether it is the MEPLI roundtables that we already hosted in the number of 3, where we simply bring together researchers throughout Europe, and sometimes not only, to debate on very actual aspects that involve private law, but also that go beyond private law, or whether it is the events that we take part in by virtue of our participation in the Jus Commune Research School, which basically open us to a more extended network of researcher participation. So for these reasons, I am actually thrilled to be part of the MEPLI family.
Yes, the 3 main things that MEPLI does is, first of all, to build an academic community. Secondly, to publish at a very high academic level. And thirdly, to cooperate, not only within the MEPLI group itself, but also to cooperate with outsiders.
I think without MEPLI, research would be very individual, it would be very solitary, whereas within MEPLI, research is never solitary, because you always have colleagues who have other nationalities, who you can simply debate comparative law from a very genuine perspective. And you can knock at the door of a fellow colleague and ask a couple of questions about his or her own jurisdiction. And this is really going to shed light on whatever questions you might have about that jurisdiction.
So we have about 10 different nationalities, people coming from the Netherlands, of course, but also from Belgium, from Germany, from Romania, from the United States, from China, Argentina, and I'm still forgetting a number of countries. So it's diverse in that sense, which adds greatly to the international flavor of the institute. And it's also diverse in the sense that we all have different views of what the consequences of Europeanization for private law should be. And it adds a lot to the discussions that we are having. Yeah, I think what is unique about MEPLI is that we combine different approaches to European private law. So we look not only at European property law, at European contract law, but we also involve procedural law, legal theory, and legal history. And we have experts in all of these fields, and they all contribute to the discussions that we're having and to the publications that we make. That's in a way quite unique. I don't think there's any other institution, not in the Netherlands and not abroad, that would combine all these different approaches.
As MEPLI fellows, but also as members of the Faculty of Law in Maastricht, we are also involved in education and the giving of education. And in this light, we give tutorials or we give courses such as European property law, comparative property law, European contract law, that have a very thorough comparative dimension, first of all, but also a European dimension. So what we create here by virtue of all these activities is a niche of lawyers who are not only going to be prepared in one given national jurisdiction, but will have the bigger picture of European private law.
We really like to be one of the main players in Europe. And next to this, we also value doing contract research, working together with organizations other than universities, which is something that we do, for example, in the field of property law. We also work together with an institution in The Hague, which focuses on the law of the future. There too we try to provide input from the field of European private law and globalization of law in general, that they can use to do their own work.